Cobra study is a phase 3 randomized study comparing two different triplets in patients with newly diagnosed multiple myeloma. The control arm is the RVD, so 3-drug regimen, which was considered a standard of care for many, many years. And the KRD, so carfilzomib, lenalidomide, dexamethasone, also triplet. The regimen that we are working on for many, many years, and we do believe this is a better regimen than the RVD. So design of the study was for all newcomers, for all new patients with newly diagnosed multiple myeloma. The patients were randomized to the VRD or KRD with delayed transplantations if patients were qualified for such approach. So the Cobra. We had two co-primary endpoints, so the progression-free survival, and there was a benefit of the KRD compared to the RVD. So the KRD reduced the risk of death or progression by 43%, KRD better than RVD. Also, we analyzed subgroup of patients, so the benefit was valid also for patients with high risk such as genetics, and I do believe that's the population of the patients that will have the highest benefit of the KRD. That's what we think. And the second primary endpoint was the MRD negativity rate, which is a new tool to assess the activity of the disease at 12 months. So it was also much higher in the KRD, 31% versus 17.7. I remember that from the presentation. So that's the efficacy. So KRD is better than RVD in all patients who are enrolled in this study. Okay, so the toxicity was as expected, so there was nothing really new. So both regimens are relatively old and established. The incidence of the side effects were similar in both arms. In the KRD, we had a higher percentage of neutropenia and cardiac events. It was not that high, but it was higher than RVD. And in RVD, we had higher percentage of neuropathy. But we know how to manage the side effects, and only a few patients had to change the treatment, or the treatment had to be de-escalated. In general, both regimens were well tolerated. So we are now in the quadruplet era, so all patients should be treated with 4-drug regimen, not 3-drug regimen, and the Cobra analyzed 3-drug regimens, so KRD, RVD. Now we know that it should be added daratumumab or isatuximab, so anti-CD38 monoclonal antibody, so it should be triplet plus something. So directly the results will not be, put into the regular usage. Unfortunately, we're just like 1 year behind, but it happens. That was an academic study, so we were not that fast as we wanted to be, but that's how it is. However, our results are strong support for the KRD-based regimen in the future, because there is a discussion. It should be DARA RVD or DARA KRD or ISA KRD. So the question is, what is the backbone for the future in frontline treatment? And I think that our arguments are strong, and were well well received by the audience. So in places where there is no access to the daratumumab or isatuximab to frontline, I would consider KRD, if it's feasible, of course, because it's not formally registered for the frontline, can be considered for patients with high-risk cytogenetics. That, I would say, may be significant, because the results in that population was really very, very good. I mean, even surprisingly very good. So that's I think, the most important thing. And again, that will be more as a backbone for the clinical studies, saying that the KRD is better than RVD with something, right? So that's what we think is the most important impact.